Hi Capricorn, welcome to your February 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note about my readings, they are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three. It's going to give you a clearer, complete picture of how these speak to you and more importantly, which part of you excuse me, myself as a tarot reader resonates with. With that said, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. All right, so for your actions and options for the week ahead, for February, let's actions and interactions with the world at large. Let's take a look. Oh, and just in case you haven't yet, please don't forget to hit subscribe on my new channel. It's all about meditations and guided visualizations. For your actions and interactions with the world at large, you have the Moon card. Now, this is an interesting one. Right, the thing is, the reason I say this is because I get the sense that this month there's something that you're really trying to make sense of, Capricorn. There's something this month that it's almost like you know when you have to think so intently on something because you're really trying to work out a specific situation. And for a lot of you, this may have something to do with the past. It may have something to do with something that you now know that has been concealed from you. And it's kind of like almost like you're trying to retroactively pick something apart. Now, that's all well and good, but I can attest to this. You know, sometimes we can drive ourselves mad with the details, and especially with things that we might never know, right? It's good to get it sorted in your brain, or to you know, to answer how you actually feel about something. But I kind of feel like this month it's almost like there's something that you're mulling over, and on a really sort of deep level. What I will say to you is this: remember, we do have a Mercury retrograde taking place this month. Just something to be aware of. No, that's not to blame for everything. It's not even really that much of an issue anymore, unless it's of course in your sign and currently happening on your head, because at the moment I've been saying, like, I can't speak. I'm having to backtrack. I feel like all my thoughts are trying to get out of my mouth at the same time. It's really getting to me. But all jokes aside, it's almost like there's something that you're mulling over very heavily, and to be honest with you, it kind of feels like this might be coming from a place of fear. And so it's really important that this month you kind of say to yourself, okay, what is it that I'm actually looking at? What are the facts? You're so good at doing this. You're so good at dealing with the facts of something exactly as they are. But I kind of feel like this month you're going to try to make a mountain out of a molehill, and it's important that you don't do that. This is why I say, you know, sometimes we have to accept that there are things that we're never going to know. Deal with the facts, take the emotion out of it. The other thing as well, remember, this is your actions and interactions with the world at large. If you are going to tread memory lane, be aware that you are likely to come up against or to bump into a shadow of the past. Right, so you can only backtrack on something so far before you bump into maybe someone or something that you didn't want to get back in touch with or in contact with. So this month, if you do find yourself having a blast from the past, you know, and I say this out of all love, care and respect, but you're manifesting that, right? You're bringing this up because this is your card, right? This is what you're initiating into the world. So if you keep tracking backward, you're only going to meet shadows of the past. And let's face it, you know, Aquarius season, you don't want that. For your money and materials, you've got the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is nice. A lot of people say, like, oh, you know, it's stagnation and all the rest of it, and it absolutely can be, right? It absolutely can be. But I like the Four of Pentacles for money. One, because it gives you security and stability, and two, because it sees you starting to really get a firm grasp on something that you've already put into play, right? So this could be this month. You're definitely looking at the savings. You're definitely looking at the finances. This is giving you a really clear picture on, you know, where the crossover or the intersection is between your physical health and vitality and your finances. And I truly believe, see what I mean? I truly believe, truly, seriously, I truly believe that how you view yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you care for yourself is directly linked to how much money you can make or manifest. Now, one thing you do want to be aware of here, because the moon card's in close proximity. So the first thing that comes up here, if you're going to overindulge this month, your liver is likely to pay for it. Touch wood that I'm wrong, not a medical professional, can't give you that advice, but I know what I'm seeing when I see it. So just be aware of that. If you're going to drink excessively this month, you will feel the pangs for it relatively quickly, more so than usual. For your the other thing is as well, when it comes to your finances, this month it looks like you're trying to, it's almost like the money is there, right? It's coming in, like it's, you know, the money, you have access to it, but it's like, okay, it's coming in, but it's literally just, where is it going? Do you know what I mean? So this month I kind of feel like you're going to be observing the budget maybe a bit more stringently than usual. And like I said, the Four of Pentacles is good for finances because it means there's grounding and stability there. So again, don't convince yourself that the sky is falling if it isn't. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Hanged Man. This is a very slow month when it comes to communication, and it looks like a lot of you are biding your time with something. I actually kind of like this because it suggests that this month, and not in a bad way, but it suggests that this month you're going to do a lot more listening than you do talking, which is kind of a good thing, but it's also, I know Capricorns, right? I know y'all, I love y'all, you know I do. You know, one of my granddads, God rest him, was a Capricorn. I have 2 Capricorn sisters. I dated 3 Capricorns. I know you guys. If you're silent and you're saying nothing, it's because you're giving someone enough rope to hang themselves with. So I truly hope that whoever this person is sorting their ish out. Right, because I know you, this is how you guys operate. But it looks like this month you are relatively quiet, relatively calm, low-key. It kind of looks like in a lot of ways there's a lot of reassessment, reevaluation taking place. There does appear to be a lot of thought around money, finances, resources, and the home environment. So I'll be interested to see what comes up over the course of this month. For your Heart and Half, you've got the Five of Swords. It's really important this month that you don't allow external circumstances, and I'm talking directly to those of you that are married or in long-term commitments. It's really important that you don't let other people's stuff encroach on the relationship this month. And the reason I say that is because I get this feeling that there's somebody else's toxicity that is affecting your relationship, and the only way that can really happen is if you engage in it. All right, so this is a month for you to be really resolute and not allow petty squabbles and stuff that are being caused from outside to affect the internal. So for your weeks of the month, oh, and then for those of you that are single, okay, for those of you that are single, it looks like there is somebody in your midst, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think this month, Mercury, this month you could really get a handle on, or you might come into the understanding that actually, you know what, this person isn't, you know, we're not there. You know, it was great while it lasted, it was fun, it was all the rest of it, but outside of that, I don't think it's anything concrete or serious. For your first week of the month, you have the Chariot card. There's quite a, I mean, well, I say quite a bit, yeah, there's quite a bit of water here. I mean, look at that. You've got the card for Pisces, the card for Neptune, and the card for Cancer. That's a lot of water. There does seem to be a lot of water floating around this month in general, which is really interesting considering what's happening with the sky. You know, very, very different energies. So, and it's probably going to be a very highly emotional month for a lot of people. Now, what I do like about this, for a select few of you, this is going to be a literal trip down memory lane, as in you go back to the place that you used to live, the place that you grew up in, a visit to the hometown, maybe you're going to the old school, you know, seeing old friends. There's definitely a trip or a journey of some sort, and it has something linked to your past. Now, that's one aspect of this. The other way that this could play out for you as well, whatever you are mulling over, whatever you're really working very hard on, you know, figuring out, you will figure it out. And more importantly, you'll come to a point where you're able to just say, okay, you know what, I actually think I can let this go. So you're going to come into, and I'll be really honest with you, You may have what we call a dark night of the soul. This first week of February might really throw you into a little bit of a tailspin, but you will emerge out of it much stronger and much clearer on who you are in this moment in time. For your second week of the month, you've got the Temperance card coupled with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to your finances, for those of you that are partnered, if it is a financial related petty squabble, don't let it become any more than that. When it comes to money, finances and resources, one of the big things that comes up for you is you probably want to start thinking here long term about what you're going to do when it comes to your finances and utilizing the money that you have. So whether this is investments or whatever, this is about you figuring out something for your longer term future, and it does have a bit of a speculative nature to it. You know, I'm not a financial advisor, I can't give you any advice like that, but it does certainly look like you're starting to think, you know, okay, what are the options? For your third week of the month, you've got the Sun card. This is beautiful, right? So it's not a bad spread. It's not really even a challenging spread. It's more just like a, you know, there's minor annoyances. But with the advent of the Sun card showing up, this suggests to me that this month, especially this third week of the month, you're going to be gaining a very powerful spiritual insight. It also suggests as well, somebody is going to pleasantly surprise you. So whoever this person is that you're giving enough rope to hang themselves, I think they're pleasantly going to surprise you, which is really, really nice. It also suggests to me as well that, like I said, there's going to be some sort of personal spiritual illumination. So what the first week brings to you in like a bit of a dark night of the soul, the realization that it brings to you from within, you're actually going to be able to do something with here in the third week of the month. And then for your fourth week of the month, you have the Strength card. All right. That's coupled with your Five of Swords. Now, not that you have any need for me to tell you this, but this fourth week of the month, no matter what happens, no matter who tries to get involved, you must stick to your guns, right? Whatever side of the fence you're on, whatever you've decided to put in place, whatever it is that you have decided is your stance on something, you have to maintain that, right? This is one of those times where Capricorn needs to do what Capricorn does best and not budge from the path. No matter what heartstrings are pulled, played, pushed, whatever. Like, this is a month where you know, especially when it comes, and I say this because, you know, it's like our parents, you know, up to a certain point they do know what's best for us. Outside of that, they don't, right? They're still human beings, regardless of whether they brought us into the world. There's an energy here that suggests that something that you're doing may be the unpopular opinion, but it is what needs to be done. Do you know what I mean? So whoever it is, even if it's a family member, if it's a partner, you stick to what your final decision is. When it comes to your physical health and vitality as well, just something to mention here, that fourth week of the month, just be aware of any and all kitchen utensils. I know that sounds really, really odd, but it's the first thing that came to mind, because what I'm seeing here is like a minor accident with a sharp object. I know, don't freak out, you know, I don't see it being anything awful, but you just pay attention to what you're doing. All right. For your key to the month, you have the King of Cups. This month, my dear Capricorns, you are going to have to learn to really control your emotions. I think, if anything, that's what this month is going to give you more than ever before. I think this is going to be the month where you not only learn to command and control your emotions, but you also learn to channel them into something else. Don't be surprised as well if you end up connecting with somebody this month, you know, man, woman, person, whatever, who is a water sign that can really assist you or help you, or certainly give you a different perspective on something. All right, so with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments, if it's not too personal, how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.